Capricorn, how you doing? So, yes, don't forget this is very important. That you can also watch this as a Gemini or a Life Path 6. If you've got Gemini in your chart but you don't have Capricorn, then you can also watch this reading because I deal in numerology. Capricorn and Gemini are sixes. Okay, so your first message: I am lying. And like that means lying as in like I'm in your bed, but then I'm also telling fibs and lying in your bed, right? So some of you have got this energy of where some of you are lying to yourself, or the person is lying to you and they're lying next to you. Okay. Now you've got this energy of number 2, which means that I'm hiding secrets and that I'm not telling you the truth because someone is lying in your bed or in my bed. This is why, because I'm picking up the 3 bears. That's something to around Pisces, right? The 3 little bears. Who's been lying in my bed, right? So it means that someone is possibly sleeping around, right? But there's definitely things that are, well, someone knows the truth. They know the truth, right? But are they prepared to put up with it? So there's an energy that I am lying to myself by staying here, and that I'm also lying to you the fact that I have slept with someone. Slept, right? Sleeping with the enemy. So I'm picking up Emma or Emily, okay, or M or me, right? But I'm sleeping with the enemy, okay. So why I was also picking up like I'm lying to myself is the fact that I'm picking up where I know that this has happened in the past, or I know that it's happening, but I'm not prepared to understand the truth. I'm prepared to avoid it. Now, some of you already know, and you could well have left. But there is this, I'm preparing your messages to send. That was the first message I picked up for you. I am preparing, co-parenting, co-parent. I'm also hearing incoherent. So that normally means that I'm not prepared to listen. Okay, I think that's what that means, incoherent. Can't really hear anything. Where else are we going with this? Sorry, because I was kind of tuned in at one stage. It's kind of like I'm trying to understand something, but you already know. You already know. So it's like I'm trying to learn something. Now, that could be physical, like, so, because I've got a couple of messages that I actually wrote down before I started, because your messages were all over the place. And the main one that came through for you was, I am lying to myself and I am lying in your bed, which means that there is something to do with around either you're with someone and they're lying to you about sleeping with someone, okay, or talking to someone and having another person, and you've got like a third party. And some of that is involving like a Piscean or a Life Path 3. And I'm prepared to lie to myself because I already know the answer. But am I prepared to accept that and allow that to happen, right? So because some of you have got, I am lying to myself because I already know, but I'm not prepared to leave, right? So the name Lee, Laura. I'm also picking up Dion Warwick, or Leon, or Leo. If it's a Leo, it can be someone that has Aquarius in their chart, because that would be Life Path 8, Leo, Aquarius. They're both 8s, right? So, like I said, if you're finding comparison and you're watching this, say, as a Gemini, and you've got like Aquarius or Leo in your chart, there you go. There's the comparison of the mixture, right? So, because I'm picking up mixed messages. Right. Like, I don't quite understand. Oh, what the hell, man? I'm trying to... Helen? The name Helen? Helen Wheels. Skills. Right, so I'm picking up city and guilds for some reason. Gold. Looking for a job and looking for money, or it's involving money. City and guilds is a place in London. London. So some of you could be British or from London or around London area. Okay, and it's about skilled worker. Like I'm applying for jobs. Okay, applying for a job. Okay, maybe city and guilds looking to use my talents of what I've got. Okay, and applying for jobs and application forms. Okay, I'm also picking up action. Jackson. Anybody's got J in their name? Okay, AJ or JA. Okay. Jackie, Julian, Jason, Justin, James. Okay. Unless your name is J. Okay, and people call this person J. I'm also picking up some people call this person gay. So there may be a same-sex relationship kind of going on here. So there is an energy of like city and guild, skilled worker. I'm looking for work and I'm looking for a job and I'm looking for work and I'm applying for transfer or movement, applying for transfer. I'm looking to transfer. So some of you might be looking to transfer from one job to another job. And it might also be where people are trying to transfer from one love to another love. Okay, I'm another lover. So you got lovers. So you got Gemini energy here, 6. So that's also, like I said, Cancer. It could be dealing with a Cancer or life path 7. But yeah, Capricorn, Gemini, 6. It's really important that you guys learn my method of how I channel and how I read for you, right? Because like I said, if there's third and fourth parties, I'm going to pick up on no end of kind of star signs, and they're all going to relate to being in those tarot card readings that you will find on the other side. Okay, so I will break this down for you. Breakdown. I'm having a breakdown. Breakthrough. So you got like the Tower energy here. Okay, nervous breakdown. Right. Let's kind of ballpark this a little bit. Some of you are applying for a job and a transfer. I'm looking to go from one to another. There's 100% a third energy here, regardless if we're looking at love or not. Not. Yeah, you see, not. Not is my Pisces card swinging on a tree. So that tells me that there's third energies here and Piscean energy here. And there's this trying to transfer from here to here, right? I'm trying to leave. I'm trying to move. I'm trying to go, right? But if any of you get judgment calls, that's probably because someone hasn't left on their own accord. That's how you learn the lesson. People leave third parties because they leave on their own accord, not because they've found something out. If you're curious and you look for answers and you're always following the rabbit hole, you're ignoring self-love. So you're ignoring what you already know. So if you're never prepared to leave on your own, then you haven't found yourself alone, and then you haven't found self-validation. Because you're looking for proof. You're looking for answers. You're still looking for it. The reason. You know the reason, right? You're in a third party. You're with a karmic energy. People that look for validation look for proof. And then when they look for proof, it's validation, a validational loop. Right? I need closure. I need to know that you are doing this sort of stuff when you're being gaslit and lied to. Okay. Because the trust has been broken. You can't rebuild trust. It's gone, right? Trust fund. So you've got like Sag Taurus energy here now. And all of this is relating to the people that are married. So it's been coming up through a lot of my readings, and you will see exactly the same thing. It came up in Gemini reading, right? So it's like this energy of marriage and commitment. But some of you are committed to the wrong energy, okay, trying to prove. I don't know. I kind of think a lot of you may have already left because you're looking to transfer, right? It's like I'm preparing, getting prepared. That was your first message. I am preparing your messages to send. Right? It's like I'm preparing a load of notes, or I'm taking notes, or I'm taking note, right? And then it's also like I'm also jotting a lot of things down, and it could be where I'm preparing myself to send somebody a message. Okay. Now, if that's you've left this person, they're preparing a lie to tell to you, so you go back, right? Because it's multifaceted, this message that came through right at the very beginning. I am preparing your messages to send. Now, is that a single person preparing messages to send a person of like, are you single, blah, 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 I've left my husband or wife, and all of this kind of thing? Or is it the same energy at the same time? I'm preparing to send you a message because I don't know what to say. And there's also an like meaning that I have to admit defeat and I have to admit the fact that you were right. Or is it an ex that's preparing to reach out to you at the same time? And that is a judgment call. And that's why you've got like Libra energy here, right? That's normally what happens. People believe in all of this shit that is, oh my God, I can feel their energy and their chakras moving away from me. And that's why they come back. That is a load of bullshit. Don't believe in it. That's just tarot people just fucking giving you a load of fucking placebo bullshit, right? That's a spirit divinely orchestrated of trying to find out if you are strong enough. That's why you've got like Leo energy here. Are you strong enough to resist the temptation of someone lying to you again to get you to go back to do it again because you're not strong enough to resist the temptation of the karmic cord, because you may not have left on your own accord, right? That's how you learn to break a cord, if you haven't seen my teaching videos, right? Females, not putting you all in a bracket, but they normally look for the answer of why the guy cheated. Can be the other way around, a lot of the times, but we're just going to take feminine energy, right? I'm looking to find out an answer like, are you cheating? Are you still seeing her? Did you sleep behind my back? I don't trust you. I don't want you. Abandonment cycles. You can't learn anything other than abandonment with the person that abandoned you. That's originated, right? So it originated from there. Originates as childhood because we are made to go to school and hang around with people that are children, right? So we pick up bullying, trying to fit in, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go into that. But that's a lot where it stems from, is when children are made to coexist with other children, right? You haven't got the right sort of trainers. You don't fit in. You're too fat. You're too thin. You're too good looking. Okay, you're not bright enough. You're too bright. You're fucking this. You're that. You know, your parents, my parents, their parents, blah, blah, blah. Children pick up a lot of crap behavior from children because they're childish, right? So we pick up validational loops of 5. So what you've got here is this. If this is a message that's coming from an ex, are you prepared enough to say no to this person to not go back again, right? Because I do believe that there is like, there's 2 groups of you. Some of you, you just keep putting up with this. You're not prepared to get divorced or leave, okay? And you're just putting up with it because you've got kids, children, okay? Now, children are also involved in this situation. So what Spirit's telling me is that baby mama, right? I abandoned my wife. People don't want to abandon relationships and people don't want to abandon wives and children, right? So normally when you get where you're seeing someone that has children from a previous marriage, when they start to believe that they have given up on their marriage and they've given up on their children, if you're connected to someone that has children or was previously married with children, they feel like they abandoned their kids and that they lost their marriage and that they're a failure because they failed their children or could do and don't want to fail their children and don't want to fail their marriage. And you're married to that person, right? And you have this energy of where someone picked up a lot of cycles of abandonment because of their marriage failing. But they went from one marriage into another commitment and more than likely got married, right? So you always get this X energy that brings a karmic energy of a cycle of a loop of abandonment, right? This is me just figuring out your validational loops as part of my job, right? So people look for proof of like, are they still talking to their ex, right? Or do they want their ex? Or what do they do when they talk to their children and their ex because they can't get over that? If they can get over the actual person, they just can't get over the validational loop of a breakup, of abandonment, right? So you feel left out, right? Now, if you've gone through this cycle many a times with this same person and you're doing it again, you're just getting the same answer. That's why you know it, because you've just come full circle and you know the answer. Are you prepared to do it again? Because 100% in your reading, I'll guarantee you, Gary or Tina, you have got judgment card, right? So some of you, I have got to say that you are still with this person. You are prepared to turn a blind eye because you know it, right? And the person is sleeping with another person that is presently sleeping in your bed, right? They're actually in your bed and they're lying to you about loads of stuff. Whatever that is, I don't know. Could be a lot of this. Some of you, you've understood this and you've possibly left. You've possibly left and you're looking to transfer, which means that I want to move away from you physically to transfer. Now, that's also like a spiritual energy of soulmates, right? Depending on your numerology, that expresses time, right? 2 is when you'll come across someone. You'll cross paths with someone. They could be getting divorced or separated. They could be going through a karmic situation of going back to their ex. That's a 2-year. They will meet someone new, so will the other person. Okay? I don't want to go over this, but I could show you the answers. All right. So you've got this parental guidance I was also picking up. If anyone ever keeps saying to me in the comment section, you're not spelling stuff right, that's because I write in code, right? I write it and hear it, and then it gets me to write something else. That's automatic writing. Why do people keep bothering about my fucking spelling? So I'm picking up rat-a-tat-tat, rat, right? You're a dirty rat. Then I'm also picking up rent. I'm picking up Old Kent Road as well. So that's like London. Old Kent, from Kent. You're right there, down there in Kent. Co-parenting is definitely what I picked up there, co-parenting. So there's definitely like some involvement of an ex with children. I don't know why I'm picking up Brian and O'Brien. Bryant? Defiant. Defy. Lie. Lie. Lie, 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 lie. One after the other. And then also lying. As in like lying in your bed, lying to your face. I'm lying to myself. I'm trying to avoid it and not pay attention. So you've got like ADD, possibly someone with ADHD, right? Not paying attention to me. You seem to be focused on other people or other things other than me. You're worried about leaving me. So the 7 of Swords energy's here. Like, I feel like you're going to leave me. And I keep looking over my shoulder to try and get your attention, but you seem to pay more attention to work or something else other than me. And that's me feeling lonely and that I'm not feeling wanted because you seem to want other things more than me. So you're not paying attention to me. You've got this sleeping with an enemy of like sleeping with, I don't know, different people or sleeping with my friend? Frenemy. You're no friend of mine. Maya? Funeral pyre. That's Jim Morrison. So that's a 4. So that's Scorpio energy. And the 4 comes up with a Gemini because they've been going through a 4 and a 5 with a Scorpio. Gemini. 4 and 6. 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you've got like this. Yeah, I can kind of see it, how it's matching up with the numerology of the other star signs. it's got like a Gemini involvement with Scorpio of like trying to get divorced and separation, like finalizing agreements of like marriages and commitments, moving on. I don't know if any of you are still to this day looking for validation, still looking for an answer. Because if you are, you're following a 9 energy. You're going down a rabbit hole. Now, where do rabbit holes lead to? Dark. They're dark. So you connect with a dark energy, right? Because you're connecting with a thought, right? I need to keep following this energy to see where it goes, right? Where it goes nowhere because it just doesn't give you an answer. And it's like, well, I've got my answer. Okay, are you satisfied with it? Right? Have you learned enough yet to be satisfied? Because if you're not, you'll just keep going, right? Down and down and down and down and down and around and around and around and around. So you'll spiral out of control, right? You already know, right? You know enough. So enough is enough. Put an end to this. This, Melissa, Lissa or Melissa? Or both? Listen. Stop, look, listen. 7. Life path 7 Cancerian. Just stop. See, if some of you are telling this person to stop doing it, are you kidding yourself? Kimberly? Kim? Oh, man. I can't dissociate with people like that. I can't associate with you anymore. I'm sorry, but I can't. I can't do this anymore. That's a message from Spirit. That's what I just heard. I just can't do this anymore. Good. That's a good energy, right? If some of you are sick to death of going around in circles and you're like, look, I can't do this anymore, right? I'm out. I'm done. I'm finished. There is no more. There's nothing left to learn. Some of you have learnt this so many bloody times that you are on that good energy, which is, look, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep going around and around in circles, doing the same bloody thing over and over again and just getting the same answer. That's the definition of madness. You're just in a validational loop. Every time you look for proof, you're just lying to yourself because you already know it, right? People, they distract themselves from the actual answer, where they realize, hold on a minute, externally, let's have a look at how fucking chaotic my life is. How chaotic is my life? What have I been doing all of this time? An awakening, right? Have I abandoned everybody? All my friends, my family, my job? How many people don't trust what I say anymore? Because I've done it so many times to them, right? No one trusts me anymore because they've got me to abandon them, right? So I'm finding it difficult where I have to apologize, right? You lie to yourself. You do it to yourself. It's just. You do it to yourself. You do. Now, I just heard some of you believe in voodoo, but that's up to you, man. I don't ever reach out to me if you guys are like, believe that voodoo is being done, because I don't believe in it. It's just an absolute load of bollocks. It's people that start to go around and around and around, right? They go around and around and around and around, weak-minded, right? Go through an awakening, which leads to paranoia, distrust, and God knows what else. Start to form all sorts of dark energy because they're following a fucking rabbit hole. And then suddenly the brain starts to think, well, there must be a fucking reason. There's got to be someone, some bitch doing witchcraft on me. You think I haven't done this long enough in order to know all of those things? Right? It's a belief system. You're believing in the wrong energy. You're believing in the darkness. Right? Why do that? Why do you believe in that? Right? Don't believe in it. Some of you are welcoming this. You sleep with this person. You are actually the one that possibly sleeps with them. Like, they come to you and you sleep with them, right? And you know that they've got a wife or a husband, right? Now, this message, what I'm picking up, is from the other person that has like a 6 involvement. Life path 6, Capricorn, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node. The possibilities are fucking endless. Which means that the third, fourth party is in this reading as well. Of like, I know that they do this. I know that they sleep with, they've got a husband or a wife, and I know that. And I don't mind that. I'm allowing that to happen. Because you're still there. You're still there. You're allowing it to happen. To you. Right? And the one thing that normally stops people from leaving is either money, well, mainly money, or kids. Kids. Now, if you're like, well, I am the victim of this because they can't leave their ex alone that they've got or had children with, there you go. There is your answer. They cannot get over their ex. They're not supposed to, because they're supposed to push you out. They're supposed to push you away. You're with a karmic, for God's sake. So they're supposed to push you out. They're supposed to get you to leave. And then you're like, but why do they keep coming back? Well, that's a judgment call. Spirit, are you strong enough to resist them? You have to learn the lesson to understand to leave, no matter what they do, or what they say, or what you want to know, or what you don't want to know. You don't need to know anything. All you need to know is the fact that you need to leave. And if you're not going to, the same thing's going to happen. Again and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Right? Jen, Jennifer, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack. Right? Over and over we go, yet again. Right? So it's over. So Jim Morrison, bruv. It's over. When the war is over. Okay. That the little girl understands. Just. Yeah, you do it to yourself, just. There's all of this divorcing, separating, moving, transferring, looking to transfer from one to another. That's spiritually and physically for a lot of you, because like there's a movement energy here, and I'm needing to organize all of my stuff and organize everything and possibly look for a job or somewhere else to live. Yeah. Well, there you go, Capricorn. That is what I've got for you. Now, this is where we go over to the other side. If these messages are relating to you, this is where I use the tarot cards now to do your reading, because I know what the answer is. It's more like a personal reading. It's like someone telling me that this is all what's going on, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's have a look into your situation then. Let's have a look at the outcome. Let's have a look at the single energy and the couple energy and the outcome, right? So if you're like, fuck, this is my situation, this is what's going on. When I do the tarot, that's what I look for in the reading, okay? Because I can interpret, okay, well, this is what this fucker means, because this is this answer, this is what you're asking me, right? So this is how I work. These are where you kind of get what's going on with you psychically, physically, and this is what's going on. And then the answers to that are what's going to be over on the other side with the tarot cards, okay? Now, besides that, you do get weekly readings through the tarot. So I keep track of what's going on with these on a lot of readings, and then we look for blah, 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 okay? Because I do forget a lot of the times, and if I'm doing the readings now without these, I can just like, oh, okay, this is obvious what's going on, blah, 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 right? If you've been a part of it, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Wouldn't be without you guys that actually do join the join button, that keep this channel alive and allow me in order to do these. So I really do appreciate it, guys. If you do want to join, like I said, it's $4 per month to get all of the answers for whatever you like. It's all there. Okay, you have access to all of the star signs, all of the extendeds, everything that's over there. $4 a month, bruv. What's that? Peanuts. So there you go. You can join if you like. Thank you very much. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget that one, bruv. That's one of the most important. Drop it a like for the algorithm, please. My channel has actually got a warning on it because the devil card has got nudity on it and the algorithm has now changed. So this goes for any of you that are doing readings online. You need to cover up the nudity on the cards, okay? Because the algorithm has now changed and it's looking for nudity. Now, because it's symbolic, there is a certain element to it, but the algorithm picks it up. I applied against it. I lost. So I had to take a test, and that will get rid of the warning. But if I do it again, I'll get a strike. And that'll mean that I'll end up losing my channel. So I'm not doing that. So on the other side, you will see bits of blue sticky tape that are on some of the cards. The Devil, the Star card, the Lovers, and the World. Okay? Because it's not a human. It's the algorithm that picks it up on skin tone and, like, you know, curve or something, right? So, yeah, anyway. So thanks very much, guys. Really do appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.